Hi everybody, Sandra here from createinspain, and today I'm going to make this fairy stamp. There we go. Now this is a piece of 5mm glass, and this is an image printed on, it's laser printed on tracing paper, just a thin tracing paper, and I've just stuck it in place with a bit of masking tape. On top of that, I'm going to put a piece of cellophane. It's the type of cellophane that gift bags are made from. I have a 3mm thick frame, plastic frame, which I'm going to sit on top of that to act as a dam for my gel. You don't have to have a plastic frame, it just makes life easier if you do. I'll put the gel in and then I'll put on another piece of cellophane over the top and another piece of 5mm glass. Now when choosing a glass, make sure it does not have anything in it which is going to affect the UV properties. You don't want it to block UV light, that will defeat the entire object. I have my lamp here, and my lamp has been changed out to have these bulbs in. If I turn this around, if I can, there we go, you can see what they actually look like. I use them facing outwards because otherwise they are too strong and it cures the gel far too fast. There are 4 lamps in there and they are all facing the outside of the lamp. I have a couple of timers, you can make do with one, I've got 2, and one is set to 30 seconds and one is set to 1:15 at the moment, so I need the 30-second one first. But I need to put in my gel. So my gel is a UV polymer gel specifically for stamp making, and I will put a link below as to where it can be found. Now try and make sure that your cellophane is not crinkled up in any way, because if you have crinkles in that, it's going to be a crinkle in your stamp. So that goes on there. Make sure it's positioned well. And in goes the gel. So you squeeze firmly. I keep my gel in these containers in a drawer because I decant them for ease of use. They must be kept out of the light during storage. So I'm not lifting the nozzle away from the gel, I'm allowing it to stay in the gel as I press to get a nice even layer. If it's very cold, you might discover you have some bubbles, or if you've only just decanted your gel, you might end up with some bubbles. Now, in case I've not got quite enough gel in there, I'm just going to add another little blob in the middle. Not much, but just a little, just in case. You always want to overdo it rather than underdo it. And I'm going to put another piece of cellophane over the top of that, bend it so that it meets the gel, and then allow it to relax to the edges. And then you press down with your second piece of glass, and as long as you haven't got bubbles over your image, that's as much as it takes. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to slide it into my lamp carefully without moving it, and I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. There we go. Now at the moment I have this one set to 1:15, and so I'm going to remove this and check nothing has moved. And put this on for 1:15. Once this has come out of here, I will take it into the bathroom and I will scrub it out with some warm soapy water and take off the excess gel. There. Now if I've got the timings right, this should now have formed the stamp. So take the top layer off and peel off this top layer like so. There we go. We'll peel it off gently just in case. But you can see the stamp in there. I'm just going to touch that. Yeah, that's pretty firmly on there, so no problem. Sometimes if it is slightly undercured and it's a little bit wobbly, what you can do is turn it over and just flash it under the lamp for about 5 or 10 seconds. And then if there are any very fine lines that are not really firmly on the back of it, you can have them more firmly secured so that when you go to wash it out, they won't disappear. So I'm going to wash this one out and then come back and show you the result. So I've just washed this out, and I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but it's a perfectly formed polymer stamp. Now what I have to do is to put this into a shallow tray of cool water, and I'm just going to pop it under the lamp for another 2 or 4 minutes just to make sure that stamp is really well cured. That will just go under there like so. And I have a 2-minute timer on my lamp, so I'll do that a couple of times, and then that's it. My stamp is finished. I can trim off the excess gel and allow it to dry naturally, or dry it off with a lint-free cloth. Very important, that bit, because you don't want to get fluff all over your stamp. And polymer stamps are sticky stamps. They will adhere to your stamp block without any added material to it whatsoever. If they get unsticky, you can just wash them in warm soapy water and that will make them stick again. If they are way too sticky, you can actually wipe them over with a touch of alcohol and that will remove some of the stickiness. They do not need conditioning. They will work straight off as soon as they are dried. If you try and use them when they're still wet, then you'll just get a rather blurred image. So here's a stamp. I removed the backing and just trimmed it down to size and inked it up and stamped it. I did press a bit hard, so I've got some extra ink outside there, but it's come out just fine. I will leave a link to the file below so that you can have my fairy if you so wish. And one thing to note is that I will also leave a link to the gel that you can buy in the United States, which is a VX55 gel. The main difference between that and the one that I use in Spain, because I don't get VX55 here, is that it's slightly more stable and it's tinted a light green. It's still transparent, but you can at least see where your stamps are. I will leave some more videos for you up here and hope to see you again soon. Take care.